everything that you do that's wrong. Some people have like a little 10% of their life that they want to hold on to that's something that's bad. Okay, I'll use an example here. When I used to have a really bad temper problem. And so, I hated feeling angry. I hated feeling miserable inside, having my adrenaline flow, all that kind of stuff. So slam doors and yell at somebody, chew somebody out. But I didn't want to totally give it up, because if I didn't slam the door, or if I didn't yell at that person, they weren't going to know they were wrong. And so I didn't want to totally get rid of that part. But I really didn't want to feel angry all the time either. So I had to come to the point where I wanted to get rid of that totally, 100%. I wasn't going to allow this little 10%, this little part that I like, to hold me from changing completely. So you have to want to get rid of the whole, whatever it is, the whole negative thing that's keeping you down, whatever that may be. So you have to want to be free. Okay, second, you have to believe that God's going to help you. Why is he going to help other people and not help you? He's not a respecter of persons. God's not going to help me over helping Kevin. God's not going to help me over helping Dustin. I say Dustin a lot because he's such a sweetie. God's going to help us all if you want him to help you. Okay? You have to make it clear that you want to change. If you're afraid that you're going to fall, afraid that you're going to mess up, worried about that all the time, then, you're not going to get anywhere. You have to be prepared. It's going to take time. If you've lived your life a certain way for 20 years, you're not going to change it overnight. You're probably not going to change it in 5 years. It's going to take a long time to reverse the process. The things that you've done, whatever it may be. It's going to take a while to turn that back around. I mean, hey, you've already lived your life, however, raunchy for 20 years. Why not try living it the other way for 20 years, and then at the end of that 20 years, decide which way you like better. I guarantee you the next 20 years, you're going to like better than the last 20 years. Okay, and next you have to line up what you say with what you want. If I go around all the time saying, I can't do it, I'm not going to make it, I wake up every morning, I'm mad, I kick the dog across the house and flush the cat's head in the toilet, I'm not going to be able to quit doing those things. Well, if you go around moping and talking about that all the time, I'm not good enough, then your subconscious is going to hear all that and you will fail. You can't go around professing one thing and then try in your mind to do something else, because it's not going to happen. Okay. And next, you have to take one step at a time. One step at a time. Kevin, you talk about that and how you learn that program and stuff. If you take one step at a time, like Kelly's doing, if you take one step at a time, then when you fail, you've just failed that one step. One step. You haven't failed everything that you're trying to accomplish. If I'm trying really hard not to slam a door, and I walk out and I slam that door, well, I messed up on that step, but I can still go over there, keep my mouth shut, not say anything. And I'm still getting somewhere. Little by little, but you're still getting somewhere. Deal with what's going on right now. Don't deal with things in the past. Well, I got drunk last night, so I might as well get drunk tonight. Well, I got drunk that night. I'm going to get drunk tonight, I might as well get drunk tomorrow night. I mean, that's what kind of line of thought is that, One step at a time. Don't think about what I did. Go another step each day. And each day you have to ask God to help you. And you have to ask him several times a day. You're going to have a different struggle 1 hour than you are the next. You're going to have a different struggle one day, a different challenge the next day. So you have to continuously ask God. Yeah, you do. You have to keep asking him. Lord, I want you to help me. Help me through this. Don't think, well, I went and got counseling and got prayed for 3 weeks ago, and I've been getting high every night since then. Well, you have to keep asking him. You can't just tell him one time. He has to know that you really do want him in your life. Okay. And the last thing is, remember, you only have one life. We're all getting older. That's true. This is, I'm sorry. This is reality. What I'm telling you guys this morning is reality. You can choose how you want to live. You can party. You can do whatever you want. Your whole life, it's your choice. Nobody can do anything about it. You're right. But you're going to pay. You're going to pay when you die. And if you have a hard time believing that, If you have a hard time understanding that, then I really suggest you find out how to understand it. Because it's not a joke. You're going to die anyway. Why not go out fighting? Why not go out trying to do something successful in your life anyway? Why not try to help other people? So, Lindsay, Jesse, I have these that I want them to pass out. And these are some of the points that I've given. Because 99% of you are going to walk out of here and not do anything about this. You're not going to do anything about your anger, your lust, your whatever you're driven by. You're not going to do anything about it. And I can't do anything about that. But you're only going to remember 20% of what I said. That's just a fact. You only remember 20% of what you hear in a day. So these right here will help you remember some of the ways that I've said that you can start on a path of having a more successful life, a happier life. And hopefully you'll take it home and you'll put it up somewhere you can see it. If you don't, you fold it up and you put it away. Maybe in 5 years when you're still miserable, still suffering with the same thing, you'll find a little piece of paper, unroll it, and think again, maybe I should try to get back on my feet now. I mean, what do you have to lose? If, people that are atheists or don't believe in God, well, why not believe in God? What else? I mean, wouldn't you rather take a chance that when you die, that you've done the right thing in life so you will get the joy of living on? Or do you want to take the chance that there's not a God, this is not any big deal, you're going to die, you're going to go 6 feet under and that's it? Do you want to take that chance? Why not take a chance and believe that there is a God, then take a chance that there's not, and end up the rest of your life in hell because you wanted to party and live your life how you wanted to for 60 little years? So, that's all I have to say. Some people, we're going to have a couple more songs. If I could get some people, Michelle, people up here to sing with me.
I gotta run this. Testimony, I'm still getting it ready. Testimony, I'm still getting it ready.
Check.
I think it's queued up now.
And the miracles you saw. There were times of awesome inspiration. Whoa. There were times you didn't understand. And you felt alone. It must have been so hard to see His hand.
60, 70, if you're fortunate or unfortunate to live in 90 or 100, it's like a tiny, tiny pebble on a huge beach compared to what eternity is. And as we just sing this song another time or two, I want to ask anybody who wants to take a stand. You know that God's calling you. You know that this is your time. Or even if you don't know, you think, I'd like to ask you to just come up so that your family here can pray for you. Because the Bible says if we're ashamed of Him in front of others, He will be ashamed of us when we face Him.
One thing I'd like to share just as we end up this morning is this. You know, we've taken God and we've made it a religion. We've taken life and we've narrowed it down to what we call religion. But God's not about religion. Religion's the way that we worship Him. God's about life. God is everywhere with everyone. With every single person in this world He's with right now. It doesn't matter if they're in church or not. He's with them just as much as He's with us. He's with each person. If they're a minister or there's someone that's broken. God's about life. God is about success. And when we talk about success, we're not talking about just financial success. We're talking about personal success. God is about how we feel about ourselves. God is about how we feel about each other. God is about how we relate to each other. How we relate with our children. How we bring them up in a way that they can be successful, that they can be proud of themselves, they can care about other people. God is about relationships. He's working every moment So when you think about salvation, it's not an experience only that lasts for one moment. Salvation, the word salvation means to be delivered from sadness, from hurt, from anger, from bitterness, from failure, from judgmental attitudes, criticism. God wants to bring joy. He wants to bring happiness. He wants to bring a clear mind to us. He wants us to be able to stand tall and be proud of who we are and be able to help each other, make a difference in this life. And salvation is a continuous process. It's just not going down the altar and saying, God, forgive me for my sins. That's just opening the doorway. But God is about life. When you're on the job, how you relate to your employer or employee. It's about your wife, your husband, your father, your mother. Do you talk to them? Are you there for them? Are you there for your child? God's about life. And if we think of it that way, I think we won't just keep our spiritual lives in church. You know what I mean? And you know, church is a place for us all to come to bring our broken hearts and our situations and our strengths and our weaknesses. It's time to come together and share them. It's just not a time to come and sing a song or hear a preacher preach. It's a time to come together as humanity, as people. Everyone's got something to share, both good and both broken. And if we'll keep that in mind, we'll come to church and we connect with each other and be sensitive to each other and bring your strength and bring your weakness. Let's don't criticize each other. Let's don't condemn each other for the problems that we share. We've all got problems. We've all made mistakes. We've all been crushed. Let's don't criticize someone because they still have a broken finger or a broken toe or a broken arm. Let's come together and let's join together and let's minister and care. And then when we get filled at church, let's go out and on the way home, let's love each other. Let's care about it. Let's listen to each other.